At first glance, a medieval street like this looks like a perspective nightmare. The buildings are crooked, the walls are uneven, and those distant towers seem to follow their own rules. But every complex scene has a hidden skeleton. In this session, we're going to stop guessing and start decoding. I'll show you how to use digital overlays to see through the stone, find your true horizon line, and map out vanishing points for buildings that aren't perfectly square. By the end of this video, you won't just see a photo, you'll see the 3D model hidden inside it. Let's find the grid.
What appears to be a complicated perspective problem is actually organized around a small set of simple guiding lines. Today we'll peel back the surfaces and details to expose the structural grid beneath. When drawing medieval streets, one of the biggest challenges is that buildings rarely align in neat, parallel rows. Unlike modern city grids, these structures often twist and shift slightly, creating angles that can confuse even experienced students. The common mistake is to assume that each building needs its own horizon line, which quickly leads to chaos in the drawing. In reality, all elements in the scene still relate to a single eye level. The horizon line remains constant, anchoring the entire composition. The key is to identify secondary vanishing points for buildings that are rotated relative to the main street. These points still sit on the same horizon line, but diverge from the primary vanishing points used for the main perspective. By learning to spot and apply these subtle shifts, students unlock a powerful realization. Perspective remains unified, even when forms are irregular. This is often a true aha moment, transforming confusion into clarity and giving them the tools to confidently tackle complex, organic environments. Most people instinctively begin a city drawing by outlining the buildings, stacking windows, shaping rooftops, and chasing details. But this approach often leads to distorted proportions and inconsistent perspective because it skips the underlying structure that organizes the entire scene. The correct starting point is the horizon line, which represents the viewer's eye level. Every vanishing point, every receding edge, and every vertical alignment is governed by this line. Without it, the drawing becomes guesswork. With it, the scene gains coherence and spatial logic from the very first marks. The position of the horizon line does more than organize space. It defines the viewer's physical relationship to the scene. A high horizon line suggests the observer is elevated, as if looking down from a balcony or upper floor, making the tops of objects more visible. A low horizon line places the viewer closer to the ground, often emphasizing the height and dominance of buildings. When the horizon sits around the middle of the composition, it typically reflects a standing viewpoint, while a lower placement can imply the observer is seated. By deliberately choosing the height of the horizon line, the artist controls not just perspective, but the narrative point of view, the implied photographer behind the image. Thank you all for watching. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like the video and share it with others who might benefit. More content is on the way, so stay tuned for what's coming next.